shooting 76% from the field, which is fourth in the country.
And there you see the starting lineup along with Clifford. You got Ike Arabu, a senior, Malachi Flynn, a very talented freshman for Ernie Kent, Charles Callison getting the start for Darian King, and there is the all-star Josh Hawkinson for Washington State. He is Mr. Double-Double for the Cougars. And for San Jose State, starting lineups looks like this. Williams, Thornton, Boyce, Brandon Clark should lead them in scoring, averaging nearly 17 points a game. And Ryan Welledge, a sophomore at a forward. They also a very young team, a lot like Washington State. This Pac-12 men's basketball game brought to you by Kia. The head situation with his program, a lot of young faces coupled with a couple of seniors.
He dealt with APR violations when he came in. Knew it was going to take a few years to turn this program around. He really likes where they're at with their young nucleus, starting 3 sophomores.
And it's Spartans basketball as we begin here at the Beasley Coliseum on the campus of Washington State. At the elbow, skip pass into the corner. And Welledge inside from about 8 feet away, our first points of the game.
Good job by Welledge finding the soft spot in the zone. Nice little floater up over the top.
Here's Arabu. And there's Malachi Flynn, number 22. Ernie Kent loves him. Dan, you'll be watching him throughout the game as Arabu with his first attempt from behind the arc, and it's good, and the Cougars with a 1-point lead.
Fourth made 3 of the season by Ike. Coach Kent would like a little bit more consistency from him from the 3-point line, but overall, good start to the game for that young man.
And again, a shot way off this time by Welledge. Offensive rebound is back up, missed, cleared by Hawkinson. Outlet to Callison. There's Flynn, the talented freshman. Clifford driving through the lane, missing the layup. And it's cleared by Ryan Welledge, number 32. Here's Thornton with the basketball for the Spartans. Welledge feeling it for San Jose State, and he buries that 3, and they have a 2-point lead.
Not shy at all. 3 possessions, 3 shot attempts by Welledge.
Hawkinson inside, and Arabu is bumped there by number 20, Isaac Thornton, our first foul of the game.
Arabu doing a great job early in this game, being active off the ball. Knocked down that first 3-pointer of the game. That time, little flex cut action. With his quickness, he's hard to keep in front of him.
Here's Hawkinson inside, a little high-low. Connor Clifford misses his second shot. And Williams Jr., the senior out of Vallejo, California, driving left hand is good.
So you're going to see a lot of that by San Jose State this afternoon. Lots of pick and roll actions. In particular, they want to put Clifford in pick and roll defense because they don't think he's able to move his feet, keep that ball handler in front.
Callison almost traveled. There's Clifford into the corner. Hawkinson, not a good 3-point shooter, but he's pure from the corner. Great at 7-6.
Great extra pass there by Arabu, passing down a good shot for a great one. Hawkinson doesn't shoot it great from the 3-point line on the year, only 2 for 12 coming in, but he's got the ability to shoot it from that distance.
There's a strong take to the basket, but Williams misses the shot. The offensive rebound by Brandon Clark. Here's Boise for 3 over Arabu, and that rims out. Hawkinson the rebound, and Callison back on offense for Washington State. He drives, spins in the paint, and scores.
Using his strength, wide-shouldered point guard there, muscles his way into the middle, spins off it for the finish.
Thornton into the corner. That shot is off by E.J. Boyce. Another offensive rebound for the Spartans, and that's off. And Arabu with the rebound for the Cougars. Up quickly. Hawkinson, great position. And a little jump hit off the glass, and Washington State now with a 3-point lead.
Josh Hawkinson, he's just got such a knack for finding open areas on the floor, and then the ability to make quick decisions and score it, whether at the 3-point line, a possession goal, or that time, just a quick little floater in the lane. Very impressive for a step-out 4.
10 on the shot clock for San Jose State. And they back it out. 5 now on the shot clock. This is Thornton over Flynn. Too hard. Hawkinson with his 3rd rebound already in this game. Great position by Clifford down there, but he picks up the personal foul, his first.
Well, he doesn't like the call, and neither does Ernie Kent, but I believe that was the right call. As a big, when you've got that much size advantage, take your time, be patient. Step in front with your lower body, your legs, as opposed to what Clifford did on that possession is come up top and hit you with a little forearm, little shoulder.
That's the first foul against Washington State as well. Here's Nichols, open three, weak side, missed it. Flynn with a long rebound and on the run. Here's Clifford inside. Again, he's struggling. He's 0 for the last 6 as San Jose State back on offense now. Clark drive. And a two-handed flush right down the gut.
Showing off a little bit of the athleticism that Coach Wojcik talked about before the game.
Hawkinson will try another three. That one's long. Rebounded Isaiah Nichols. Here's a transition three. That's long. Flynn battling. Spartans, though, come out of there with the offensive rebound, and Nichols resets at the top. This is Isaac Thornton. Schwartz. That shot's off. Cody Schwartz out of Wisconsin. And Arebu at the other end. There's a bump there and a foul called against the Spartans. 14:50 to play, first half at Beasley Coliseum. J.C. Hillsman playing.
Ball player continuing to grind at it, work on their craft, and by the end of their career, really be an impactful player. He struggled his freshman year. Now you see he's Mr. Double-Double here in the Pac-12 after bursting onto the scene as a sophomore. Has never looked back.
Yeah, already 5 points and 3 rebounds for Josh Hawkinson. He scored 5 of the 10 points for Washington State. He's got the basketball right now. Hand off to Arebu. Those two players coming to Washington State together. 17-foot jump shot is short by Hawkinson. Long rebound by Clark, and back come the Spartans. They're not bashful. They've already taken 8 shots from behind 3.
8 threes. They averaged 22 3-point attempts on the season.
They've only connected on 1, though. 10 on the shot clock. Here's Nichols. Found a soft spot. Pulls the trigger and missed it. And Arebu runs it down in the corner. Here's Hawkinson from 17. Josh off to a great start offensively, 7 points.
I mentioned it earlier. He just has such a knack for finding open areas. That time, good advanced pass. He flows in right behind it. Defense pays him no attention. Flows in. A nice little 17-foot jump shot.
Here's Schwartz. James to Hillsman. Spartans with 10 on the shot clock. Brandon Clark falling away from the corner. Beautiful looking jump shot there. Great stroke. Averages 16.3 a game.
Beautiful with the results, that's for sure. But it's got a little bit of a funny release. Coach Wojcik says it's really improved since a year ago.
Jalen James takes it away from Arebu. Can't finish at the other end. And it'll be Washington State basketball. A foul is called against San Jose State. I believe they got Jalen James there. Actually, they gave it to Cody Schwartz. That's his first. And it's the second against the team. Clifford with 3 blue jerseys around him, went to the left hand and earns the trip to the free throw line.
Not finishing around the rim with the amount of ease that he has in past games, where at this current moment 4th in the country with his 76% field goal percentage, but shows you just how difficult of a cover he is and how much attention he creates from the defense. That time, good entry pass by Arebu up over the top. You had 3 Spartan defenders around him as Clifford went to finish, gets himself to the free throw line.
Foul called on Terrell Brown, his first team fourth, as Clifford hits them both.
I think the best One of the best attributes of Clifford's game is the fact that as a big guy, he really shoots it well from the free throw line, over 80% on the season. That is such a luxury, because if you look across the landscape of college basketball, many times if there's a post presence, you're not able to leave him in the game at the end of close games. With Connor Clifford, you absolutely can.
And now going to the free throw line, this time for San Jose State, will be J.C. Hillsman, the sophomore out of Champaign, Illinois. And Robert Franks picks up his first personal foul for Washington State. That's 2 against the team. Franks is one of those young players for Ernie Kent, Dan, that he expects big things out of Robert before he's done here in Pullman.
He does. He really likes that young man's skill set. He said that he has improved as much from freshman year to sophomore year as he probably has ever had in any of his programs, and that's saying a lot. But Franks has the ability to stretch the defense, with his pick and pop ability, but more importantly, he has the ability to put the ball on the deck as a 4-man.
Callison splits the defenders, drives the lane, and hits the teardrop. Cougars back on top by 3.
Washington State back in the zone now. Let's see if San Jose State can attack and get the ball in the soft spots again like they did in the first few possessions.
Wellich to Hillsman. Size advantage there for Wellich over Flynn, and a personal foul called against Washington State. It'll be against Malachi Flynn, and that's his first personal, and that is 3 against the Cougars.
That situation right there is one of the most difficult situations for a young freshman point guard to understand and realize and guard, is when you get switched, whether it's man or zone, and you're guarding a post, how can you halt the offense just long enough to be able to get help, whether it's a double team or whether it's a dig down, and not just put foul pressure on them.
That shot is off by Brandon Clark. Cougars will always look to push the ball, kind of the signature of an Ernie Kent team.
Ernie wants to play up and down, get up and down the floor as quickly as possible.
Here's Viante Daniels, the sophomore, skipping to the corner. Robert Franks for 3. That rimmed out. And Terrell Brown with the rebound. And he'll go right at Daniels and Franks and beat them both to the glass.
Poor transition defense by the Cougars.
And then the block at the other end. But Hawkinson runs the floor. He misses. And back comes number 21, Jalen James.
This is definitely a pace that the Cougars want to play at. San Jose State will run, but they're more selective when they want to get out in transition.
That's Brandon Mitchell, number 4 on the floor for the Spartans. Hillsman drives and spins at Daniels. Left scores, and San Jose State now back in lead since the opening moments of this game. Here's Flynn. That's long. Clark with the rebound. The Cougars now 2 of 5 from behind the arc, 6 of 15 from the floor. Neither team shooting it great. That shot by Clark is off. Callison the rebound, and right away pushing. Cougars have missed their last 5 shots now. Hawkinson, another offensive rebound, and Josh will go back to the free throw line. 10:29 to play first half at Beasley Coliseum in Pullman. The Cougars trailing San Jose State by 1. Best when it comes to both rebounding and scoring here at Washington State. There you see Steve Podikis with 53 career double-doubles, and Hawkinson already with 44. It's going to be 45 after this game.
It very well could be 45, and he's got a chance to put that record well out of reach for any future Cougars.
Hawkinson with 9 points. And those are points that the Cougars needed, frankly. They had gone 2 minutes and 12 seconds without scoring, Dan, and that's been a problem, I think, in these first 6 games now for Ernie Kent. When this team goes, it goes well, but when it is not scoring, man, it's rough.
Yeah, it's still, I mean, you talk about the veteran leadership of guys like Hawkinson and Arebu, but they're still a very young team. Look at freshman Malachi Flynn at the point, and then some of the other guys that they're counting on. They haven't been through the battles yet. And to be a good college basketball team, you have to go through the battles. You have to learn from positives. You have to learn from negatives. And most of the players on this team have not done that yet.
You saw the deflection there by Ike Arabu. It went out of bounds, so it's Spartans basketball with 8 on the shot clock. And it's Nichols trying to inbound it. Got it to number 33, Cody Schwartz. 5 now on the shot clock. Brown's got to go. It goes by Callison, and he is fouled at the buzzer.
That's just a difficult possession there for the Cougars. Put Connor Clifford in a high pick and roll. He thought Callison had him back under control, but he didn't. Bad communication there allowed Brown to turn the corner and get to the rim. Callison with the foul.
That's the first on Charles Callison, team's 5th. And Brown, with his 2 points, unable to make it 3 at the line. Isaiah Nichols goes out of the game, replaced by Isaac Thornton. And Schwartz goes out as well, and he's replaced by number 4, Brandon Mitchell, a junior out of Memphis, Tennessee. And that, of course, for San Jose State. And Brown missing them both, but Wellage with the offensive rebound, giving the Spartans another opportunity. Brown drops it through over Arabu.
Well, you give teams extra opportunities on the offensive end, they're going to make you pay. That time, get an offensive rebound off a missed free throw, which is a cardinal sin, ends up being a 3-pointer for San Jose State.
Callison found some space, missed the shot, rebounded by Gary Williams Jr. And I think what's obvious, Dan, in the first 10 minutes of this game, if the Cougars are going to earn their 4th win on this season, it's not going to come easy.
San Jose State, they came ready to play. Talking to Coach Wojcik before the game, he really likes the makeup of this ball club. Knows they're going to have to play well tonight, but feels that they've got a good chance. He wanted to take care of Clifford, get back in transition, and slow down guys like Arabu and Malachi Flynn.
Mitchell missing from the corner. This is Viante Daniels, just a 2. Both feet on the line, but that squares us up at 20.
But as a young player, you got to do what you do best. And Viante Daniels, that's what he does, shoots the ball. Find open spots and be ready to knock them down.
Wellage, that's an open 3 that falls off. Ryan, the sophomore out of Greensburg, Indiana. Tell you, here's Arabu, but when we saw Viante Daniels as a freshman a year ago for Washington State as a whistle, and a foul called here against Ryan Wellage of San Jose State, Daniels was very aggressive and looking to score.
He does a great job
passing up a lot of shots.
Great job there, a little pinch post action, steps away to loosen the defense, and then catching it back with his hands and feet set. Understands that he's got space. You're a shooter and you have space. You've got to let that thing fly with no hesitancy. That's when he's at his best, is when he doesn't play with hesitancy. You mentioned a second ago his welcome to college basketball game. First game of the year last year, knocked down 5 threes. And the big part of that game is the fact that he shot with no hesitancy.
Arabu to Hawkinson. Of course, we saw his bucket there, but there's been 3 or 4 other opportunities, in my opinion, for him to shoot the 3, and he's passed it by. It's not a shot that I would have saw Dickow pass up. Here's Hawkinson off the glass. Poked around by Franks and cleared by Jalen James. Cougars now 1 of 8 from the floor. Ball kicked around, finally controlled by Williams. Eight on the shot clock. Here's Jalen James into the paint, skip into the corner. From the wing, the 3 is good. Gary Williams Jr. averaging just 2 points a game. He's got 5.
You're going to win on the road in college basketball. You have to have your unsung heroes step up. So far, 12 minutes in, San Jose State has had that.
Arabu shot off the front of the rim. Long rebound to Daniels. Flynn will tee it up and connect.
Leads the Cougars now 9 made 3-point attempts on the season. Coach Kent really likes his makeup as a freshman. Feels he might be the most game-ready freshman that he's ever had. And that's saying a lot, having coached some former pros at Oregon.
And Flynn picking up his 2nd personal foul there off the drive. But Malachi Flynn just hit his first bucket. A 3-point shot for Washington State, a freshman out of Bakersfield.
Hey, you guys spend all this time together in the locker room, all this time on buses, on planes, on road trips, and we can't get you guys to shut up. the second you step on the floor and it's supposed to be communicated with defensive principles and on the defense end of the floor, you guys are silent. Ernie Kent's not the only guy in college basketball that says that nearly every day in practice, nearly every game.
And let me clean this up. That last foul was on Malachi Flynn. I said he was from Bakersfield. That's another freshman who is redshirting this year for Ernie Kent in Milan Aqua. Of course, Mr. Flynn is from Tacoma. Bellarmine Prep is Arebu at the other end, missing with the left hand, a wild shot. And back come the Spartans. Here's Boyce. Got Daniels in the air. Loose ball. Flynn on the floor, picked up by Viante Daniels. He's got the numbers. Viante, though, to the rim. Count the bucket. And the block is called against San Jose State. It'll be against E.J. Boyce.
Viante Daniels showing the ability to put the ball on the deck in transition and finish with the contact. Something that he has not yet shown the ability to do in a Cougar uniform that time. Very nice.
That's the first against Boyce, but it is the 7th team foul now against San Jose State. So the Cougars into the bonus with 6:38 to play first half. Daniels missing the three-point opportunity there. He's got 4 points. Tied at 25. Williams Jr. the drive into the corner. He's got the much smaller Ike Arebu guarding him. 7 on the shot clock. Nichols left for Williams. Deep three, good from the wing over Arebu. And it's a 3-point Spartan lead. And 8 points now for Williams Jr. And Darian King, number 0 on the floor, gave it to Hawkinson. And Josh now with 2 more. He's in the double figures scoring with 11 points.
You can't say enough about how he just has a knack for finding open areas. That time, no flash in the paint, quick catch and turn over the left shoulder for a jump hook.
Here's Wellich. Again, Arebu guarding a much bigger player. Wellich works inside. The offensive rebound and tip back by Brandon Clark is good. Brandon with 6 points.
7th offensive rebound for the Spartans. That is going to get cleaned up by Ernie Kent and his staff at halftime as Malachi Flynn turns the corner, gets into the paint, finishes with the and one, the opportunity just a blow by there, getting to the rim. Gary Williams Jr. not quite there in time, within the charge circle. Malachi Flynn, chance to get the 3-point play the old-fashioned way.
Number 1 on Williams, 8 against San Jose State. Malachi averaging nearly 10 points a game. But when you talk to Ernie Kent about him, he loves his composure already at this age and his ability to manage a game.
Yeah, and it's only going to get better as the season progresses. He said one thing that they're trying to do now is let him play off the ball a little bit, and you saw that with Charles Callison starting tonight, giving him the ability to come off screens, handle the ball in second side pick and rolls after the defense has already been adjusted a time or two.
Trying to go inside to Isaiah Thornton, but it's taken away by KJ Langston. The Cougars have hit their last 3 buckets. It comes in spurts. Hawkinson met at the rim. Shot blocked by Brandon Mitchell. Thornton spins, lost it. Clark picked it up, and he is fouled with free throws coming.
Brandon Williams coming over from the weak side. Excuse me, Josh Hawkinson, you might have found an open area, but you didn't go up for the finish quick enough that time.
That's a second foul called on Charles Callison. And that is 16 fouls on Washington State as Clark misses the front end. And that puts Callison on the bench where he's replaced by Viante Daniels. And Nichols and Thornton going out for the Spartans with James and Brown checking back in.
It's funny, Greg. We highlight Connor Clifford in the open after he's played so well for the last 3 games, but Washington State has gone with 4 guards in this lineup with Josh Hawkinson as the big because Clifford hasn't been able to produce yet tonight.
Langston, free throw line. Jump shot won't fall, but look at the rebound by Daniels. Dug it out of there. Darian King from 17, too hard. Mitchell the rebound. Cougars now 11 of 28 from the floor, 39% shooting. They've had some good looks, Dan. Shot just not going yet.
Well, still getting their legs under them after that 3,000-mile trek to the Virgin Islands. You're not used to traveling that far of a distance. It can take a while to get back to your normal routine.
Here's Jane's shot as blocked by King with 3 on the shot clock. Picked up and thrown in by Brandon Mitchell. What a great bucket by the junior from Memphis. His first points. Flynn, wide open 3. Bang! Hello, Malachi Flynn.
Last year's Washington State Player of the Year in the high school ranks, making his presence known here this afternoon.
Clark over Hawkinson. Good tough bucket there by Brandon. And that puts San Jose State back in the lead. But Flynn already with 8 points. And King trying to go to Hawkinson there, missed him, but a foul called inside. Malachi Flynn. Boy, Ernie Kent, I think, has found one there in number 12 program. Of course, doing great things this year. And now with the hire of Ernie Kent, Dan, you get the sense that this program is moving in the right direction.
Yeah, I think they are moving in the right direction. Obviously, 3-2 on the season. Last year struggled, especially towards the end of the season in Pac-12 play. But, you know, the excitement and the ability to recruit players that he wants here in Pullman is something that Bill Moose believes in. Typically in year 3 is when you start really seeing what you have as a program. And Ernie Kent, talking to him, he really likes the makeup of this team. Just feels like, you know, they got the short end of the stick on a few games early this year, but he likes where they're headed.
Brandon Clark stays with it for the Spartans. He's got 10 points. And San Jose State now leads by a bucket. Here's Hawkinson. Flynn fakes the 3, drives the lane. And while in the air, goes from his left to his right hand, doesn't make it, but he'll shoot free throws. But I know, Dan, watching you over those years, this is a play that gets you excited.
Absolutely. It's just the ability and the understanding of how to use your body to shield and protect the ball from the defense while you take the hit, knowing you're going to get fouled, but giving yourself an opportunity to make the shot as well. That time didn't go down, but that was the absolute correct play in that situation. That shows you the fact that he understands the game, and he's got a lot of growth left in him. He's going to be a good player for Ernie Kent.
Flynn 1 of 2. That was the second foul called on Brandon Clark. 10 team fouls on San Jose State, so the Cougars in the double bonus. Wellich. Williams Jr. goes at King. Hawkinson there with the help. But the foul is called, and a chance for 3 for Gary Williams Jr.
Driving baseline. King gets knocked offline, and Hawkinson maybe a little bit late on the rotation, but definitely off balance. Williams Jr. with a nice finish onto the line for a chance to add 1 more point, not only to his total, but for the Spartans. He's played really well off the bench here in the first half.
Hawkinson picks up his first personal. That's 17 fouls on the Cougars. Gary Williams Jr. at the line, 6'5", 215.
Well, to win on the road in college basketball is extremely difficult. You always have to have somebody that steps up and plays extremely well. Williams Jr. coming into this afternoon's game, averages 2 a game, now has 10 on the night.
And if I'm Dave Wojcik, I go to him after this game and say, okay, 10 points in the first half. We're going to need that every night. There's the deflection. Taken away, Isaac Thornton. And then he lost the handle, picked up by Flynn. And then Flynn is fouled by Nichols with 2:16 to play first half.
If you're Nichols, you'd like to have that one back. Great steal in the passing lane, but can't quite get a handle on it. Kind of playing hot potato with the ball and then to his feet, and then almost catches it behind him. But that one's a highlight reel play for sure, but not necessarily in the right direction.
And the double bonus now as Flynn will get 2 free throws here.
Flynn struggling from the line this afternoon, only 1 for 4. Shoots it at an 87% clip on the year coming into this afternoon. I don't think it's anything to be too concerned about, but just odd that a good shooter struggling from the line tonight.
Malachi Flynn now with 10 points. As we near the 2-minute mark of the first half, here's Williams out to Wellage. Lost the handle. You had the sense he was going to shoot it. The Spartans have hit 4 of their last 5 shots. Thornton drives through the lane, and he's fouled by Josh Hawkinson. That's his second personal.
He's a little frustrated on that one. He knows he fouled him, obviously, but he's not happy about the guard's ability to get through that screen. It's twofold. Josh Hawkinson, in my opinion, needs to be up to the level of the screen a little bit more and not give a straight line drive angle to the guard, but the guard must fight through much better. Try to meet him on the other side of the screen and not let him get a full head of steam where he did there and put Hawkinson in a foul position.
Reminder, the State Farm halftime report is coming up at the half. Chris Francis is in the studio. Mark Helfrich meets with the media, and we'll hear from Xavier Johnson's career day. That coming up at the half. Here's Thornton at the line. Thornton's only points of this first half for San Jose State coming from the free throw line.
Washington State going really small with Franks as your lone big. Expect to see dribble penetration, try to get into the gaps.
A good defense by Nichols, but then he's called for the personal foul, and Dave Wojcik can't believe the call. Good aggressive defense.
Going for a loose ball. He might have an argument on that one. But the fact is that Charles Callison, if there's a loose ball, you better be the first one to get to it, and you better get down on the floor. He got lucky that time that Nichols was called for the foul.
Callison now with 5 points and a rebound for the Cougars. Washington State 9 of 13 now from the free throw line. 10 of 14. And a timeout on the floor with 1:31 to play here in the first half.
Undervalued across the country.
Nichols with the basketball. Beyonce Daniels there defensively. Cody Schwartz, 15 on the shot clock. Nichols drives, skips. And here's Williams Jr. Wellage trying to set the screen. 5 on the shot clock for Nichols. The sea parted for him, found the opening, and took from 12 feet away. He scores with no time remaining on that shot clock. There's Daniels. Callison from the corner. That's short. That last possession, Washington State did a great job defensively, Dan, until the final 4 seconds.
Play great defense for 25 seconds, then have miscommunication and breakdown with a pick and roll. Franks didn't know if they were switching, hard hedging. He simply stayed with his man and allowed Nichols to turn the corner and knock down an easy.
Also not scored a field goal in the last 3 minutes and 5 seconds, and yet the Spartans only lead it by 4.
Well, Washington State's done a great job taking care of the ball. It's been an issue at times this year, averaging over 15 a game. They've only got 2 so far this afternoon.
10 on the shot clock. Jalen James with the basketball at Callison, threw it into the corner. Williams Jr. for 3. Wellage, the offensive rebound, is up and good.
When you give teams extra possessions, leads to bad things. That time, San Jose State with an extra possession off the offensive rebound and putback.
Callison into the corner to Arebu, 4 on the clock. There's Daniels near the buzzer for 3, rimmed out, rebounded Williams Jr. And San Jose State is going to go to the locker room with their largest lead of this first half at 6 points. And Ernie Kent, what's he got to fix at halftime, Dan?
Oh, I think you've got to.
San Jose State with a 6-point lead against Washington State as we begin the second half at the Beasley Coliseum. I'm Greg Heister along with Dan Dickow and Connor Clifford right away back on the floor for the Cougars. Callison missing from 3. Hawkinson the long rebound. It's poked away out of bounds and it's off of Hawkinson.
Oh, good possession to start. You get the post presence with Clifford, get him the ball, sees the double team coming, skip it to Callison, just couldn't knock it down. Overall, good possession.
Williams Jr. and Brandon Clark, big first half. And there you see the feed inside and the flush by Brandon Clark. Clark had 10.7 rebounds in that first half, and he extends this lead by the Spartans to 8. Callison. Here's a Rebu. A weak pass, but Clifford, nice catch. And a Rebu from 16, that's no good. Cleared by Williams Jr.
But San Jose State is backing off, daring Rebu to shoot it from the three-point line, which he's not doing, as Gary Williams Jr. keeps up his impressive night.
He's got 12.7 rebounds, and right away Ernie Kent calls the timeout as San Jose State's lead has now grown to 10, 48-38, the largest lead by either team.
To the basket with the finish over the top. That is unacceptable if you're a Cougar fan.
Callison with the basketball. Both Williams Jr. and Clark with 12 points for San Jose State. Here's Malachi Flynn, a Rebu into the corner. Flynn faked the three, spins into the corner. Arebu fakes the three, drives the baseline. Left it short, but he will shoot free throws.
Arebu, good job of getting himself to the free throw line, but his hesitancy to take open shots, as you see on that play right there, and makes him want to put the ball on the deck and try to get into the paint, but he needs to take that first look. He's got to keep the defense honest by pulling that trigger. He's become a serviceable shooter from the three-point line, but his unwillingness to take the open one is really hurting this Washington State offense, in my opinion.
That foul called on Ryan Willich, his second, team's first. And Arebu converts both. And cuts a bit into this lead. It's back to 8 for San Jose State. Nichols into the corner. There's Williams Jr. Arebu there defensively with 10 on the shot clock. Williams Jr. drives, left it in the corner. Thornton to Nichols, 4 on the shot clock. Nichols at Hawkinson, falling away, rimmed out, cleared by Clifford. And Arebu with his head up. Callison lay in at the other end. There's some transition offense.
That's the pace that they want to play at, but you can't get playing in that speed without stops.
Callison with 8, back to a 6-point game. That timeout by Ernie Kent is helping. Williams has it poked away by Flynn. Loose ball picked up by Clifford. Now Arebu with it. Callison in the corner. Flynn back to Callison. 3 ball on the way. Good. And it's a 3-point game just like that.
Pushing it in transition. Passing up good shots to get a great one. Flynn with a nice touch pass back. Callison knocking it down.
And now Dave Wojcik wants the timeout. Washington State on a 7-0 run following that timeout from Ernie Kent.
Callison and Flynn playing a little hot potato in front of the Cougar bench, but ultimately knocking down the three is Callison, who started off the season off the bench the first 5 games, but after Darian King struggled the last 4, Kent goes back to Callison, who started the majority of last season, showing signs of life. 11 points here on the night, which is just season high for that young man.
And our Hoops triple-header continues next. The Golden Bears are aiming for a win as they tip off against Southeast Louisiana. Coverage continues next on Pac-12 Network or watch on the Pac-12 Now app. A couple of games coming up for you. USC will also play the Gauchos. A couple of games. Dan, I know you're interested in both of those.
Oh, Ivan Rapp passed down millions of dollars in the NBA draft to go to Cal, preseason All-American, and Benny Boatwright, as good a stretch 4 as you're going to find in the Pac-12.
James followed his own miss up with a
NBA draft to go to Cal, preseason All-American, and Benny Boatwright, as good a stretch 4 as you're going to find in the Pac-12.
James followed his own miss up with a great offensive rebound back to a 5-point lead.
And same old story. San Jose State getting on the offensive glass. It was a big problem in the first half for the Cougars.
Arebu. Boy, he got caught in the air and turned it over. J.C. Hillsman was there defensively. Kind of snuff out that offensive attempt. Here's James. That's off and rebounded by Clifford, and Arabu back on offense, now to Flynn. Flynn drives, and he missed the lay-in. Hillsman at Hawkinson, throws up the left hand that goes.
Great finish. Use your body to shield the shot attempts from the defender. That time Hawkinson couldn't do anything about it.
Did a good job not to foul there. Arabu went with the right hand, and that's 3 consecutive lay-ins missed by the Cougars. Here's Hillsman at the other end, and the left hand is good. And just like that, it's back to a 9-point lead as Hillsman chips in with 8.
San Jose State really responding after that last timeout from Dave Wojcik, playing at a pace that's hard for Connor Clifford to stay with. That time not getting back, allowing the transition layup.
Callison hit from the corner a moment ago, missing there. So the Cougars with that 7-0 run following that timeout by Ernie Kent. And since then, San Jose State following their timeout, Dan, they're pushing the right buttons as well as Welledge with the jump hook. And then, again, nobody boxing out, got his own shot back, but missed again. Here's Arabu. Callison bounce pass to nobody. That had no shot of finding Hawkinson inside, and Welledge just poked it away.
Ernie Kent over there on the bench beside himself. You've got to not only be able to understand and see what the defender guarding you is doing, but see help side. That time, Callison was zoned in on trying to get that high-low look to Hawkinson even before he caught the ball.
The Cougars with 2 turnovers this half, and that shot is off by Brandon Clark. Hawkinson just picked up his 8th rebound to go with 13 points. Hawkinson, good look, missed the shot. And we talked in that first half, this Washington State team, Dan, at times offensively looks as pure gets, and then they struggle like this where it just seems that nothing happens.
I think a couple things are bogging them down on the offensive end. You know, they don't have anybody in particular they can give the ball to and just expect them to create a shot, whether it's for themselves or for a teammate. So they really want to play in transition and get easy looks, but when you don't get stops, it's difficult to do that.
And transition offense there resulting in free throws coming for Charles Callison. It's back to a 9-point lead right now for San Jose State in Pullman, 14-13 to in my opinion, it's got to start on the defensive end. You can work your rear end off on the offensive end. If you're going to give up such easy points at the other end, then at best you're going to go tit for tat the rest of the way as Callison hits the front end.
Yeah, that's what Ernie Kent always preaches. He preaches we've got to get stops to get out and play in the style of that we want to. He'll give you freedom on offense if you defensively give the effort that he expects out of you. There's 2 ways you can do it. You can get out and pressure and create turnovers, or you can create bad shots and rebound the basketball. Tonight, they haven't been able to rebound the basketball, allowing 10 offensive rebounds for San Jose State.
Callison now with 12 points, 1 of 2 from the line, and there's a travel inside by Brandon Mitchell. So Washington State trailing by 8 as Deontay Daniels checking in for Charles Callison. They have the basketball. Cougars scoreless in the last 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Neither team playing good offense in the last 3 minutes of this game. Here's Flynn banging into Brown. Malachi will tee up the three-pointer, and maybe that's what Washington State needs to get it going. They shot it well from behind the arc in that first half.
3 for 4 now on the night from the three-point line from Malachi, but 44% for the year on the season. Maybe he needs to get more aggressive coming off pick and rolls, looking to get himself more involved.
But then Jalen James with the open jump shot at the other end. And the ball kicked there by Brown. as Flynn was trying to get the ball inside to Jeff Pollard, who's on the floor, the freshman out of Bonneville, Utah.
And I mentioned a second ago, Flynn maybe being more aggressive to look for his shot coming off pick and rolls and ball reversals, but that's a good example. That time tries to enter the ball into the post for a young freshman point guard.
Wow.
It's very difficult to balance that fine line of doing both.
Mitchell with that great block off the Arebu drive, and Daniels attempt for three, no good. Pollard the offensive rebound. He's stripped from behind, out of bounds off of J.C. Hillsman. It'll be Cougar basketball. That's a great block, Dan.
Just great reaction and timing from the weak side.
Hawkinson flashing. Now with the ball, missed it, got it back. Up strong off the glass, no good again. Cleared by Brandon Clark of San Jose State. 7-point game. It's sitting right there for Washington State. They just need to put 3 or 4 good possessions together in a row.
Yeah, they've had a couple of ones just hang around on the rim and just not drop. And then you see on that possession, Daniels get banged on the screen, not able to fight through it, allowing James to knock down a 3 when Daniels is knocked off, leading to a 10-point lead for the Spartans.
The injury to Daniels left James wide open. I mean, that's a practice shot there. And Daniels going to the bench right now. He may have lost a tooth.
Lost a tooth, broke a nose, something. He's definitely shaken up.
But that 3 by James pushes this lead back to 10 for San Jose State.
But if you were able to look at that highlight again one more time, maybe at the next break, you'll see the inability to communicate what you're doing on a pick and roll.
Darian King, number 0, replaces Daniels for the Cougars. And now a whistle. And this will be a foul away from the ball, I believe.
But if you look at here, Jeff Pollard guarding the pick and roll is playing center field way underneath the screen. If that's going to be how your big is playing it, Deontay Daniels is guarding the ball handler. You want to go up above the screen. He doesn't. Runs into the defense, creates an open look by Jalen James. Even if Daniels gets nicked off in that situation and Pollard's up, doesn't allow a free look from the three-point line.
And Washington State converting there. Arebu got inside.
And that's
7 points for Ike.
That's the Ike Arebu that we've come to know here while covering the Cougars for Pac-12 Networks, is an attacking, slashing Arebu who can finish at the rim.
James found some space. That one rimmed out. King the rebound. Flynn pushing hard right down the middle of the floor. Left it for Pollard, who can't score. Poked out. Hillsman now with an opportunity at the other end. King back. And it's poked away by Darian King. And a foul called on King. That'll be his first. It's an 8-point game at Beasley Coliseum. Plenty of time for the Washington State Cougars. 11-13.
Keep him off the offensive glass the rest of this game. He's got 4 of them, which leads to one of the reasons San Jose State is ahead. 16 second chance points this afternoon.
And at the line is J.C. Hillsman. And Hillsman now with 9 points, couple of rebounds, 12 minutes of play. And now with 10 points.
San Jose State now showing a little three-quarter court pressure, something they rarely do. About 95% of their possessions are going to be man-to-man defense. This time surprising the Cougars.
Boy, look at the pressure on Darian King right now, trying to step through, and now he's stuck in the corner, trying to bounce it. And San Jose State took it away. That was Isaac Nichols with the defense there, took the ball away from King. Boy, that can't happen, Dan.
Well, the ball gets down into a dead man's corner, and you're trapped. Have the awareness to call timeout in that situation.
Nichols to Clark. It's poked away, and it's lost out of bounds. So the Cougars with a break there, trailing by 10. And Dan, Washington State shooting 40% for the game from behind the arc, just 25% from everywhere else on the floor. At what point in time do you just unleash the three-point shot and see if you can climb back in?
Well, that hasn't been their MO this year. They've only made a shade over 4.5 per game on the season. Tonight they've already made 6. But we'll see if that changes.
There's Franks from 17 feet away. That's too hard. And the Cougars continue to struggle on offense. They've hit 2 of their last 13 shots. Langston into the corner. And now the Spartans very deliberate on offense. This is Thornton with 5 on the shot clock. Shoots it over Franks. May have touched rim and glass. And that shot did not get off in time by Brandon Clark. So the shot clock violation, and it's Cougar basketball.
That is the defensive awareness that the Cougars must have. They're going to climb back into this game. That time, each man on a string, reacting. Each pass, each dribble, adjusting to it. Much better there.
And a foul called on Brandon Clark. He was defending the ball, and Malachi Flynn, that's his 3rd personal foul.
That's one of the attributes that makes me think that Malachi Flynn has a lot of potential to be a really good player in this league. The understanding of, hey, if a big is hedging that far away, attack their hip, try to draw a foul. That becomes a big deal once you get in the bonus and the double bonus.
Here's a Rebu. Hawkinson posting up. Franks will drive. Kind of use Hawkinson as a screen. Loose ball. Josh to the floor hard. And back come the Spartans. Hillsman with it. Nichols now drives into the paint. Flynn was there defensively. Franks grabbed the shot out of the air. Both teams struggling offensively. Here's Franks. Transition 3. That was halfway through and spun out.
It almost seems as if there's a lid on the Cougar basket, but to break through a stretch like this for Franks, shoot the ball with confidence. Let it go. That time looked like there was a little bit of a hitch, a little bit of hesitancy in the shot.
Washington State now shooting 21% from the floor this half. 7 on the shot clock. Nichols, 3. Wellich, a deep 3. And that's the kind of afternoon it's been for Washington State. 10 points for Ryan Wellich. And it's a 13-point Spartan lead. This is the largest of the game now for San Jose State. Hawkinson has not scored in a while for the Cougars. Had a big first 10 minutes of that half to start the game, and now almost taken away. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Hawkinson falling away, and that falls. Get him the ball, Dan. Let your best player take these shots.
Well, he's Mr. Double-Double in the Pac-12. Last year, averaging 16 and 10. This year is up to 18 and 11. You've got to get him the ball early, often, and a lot.
That ended a 3-minute, 26-second scoring drought for Washington State. Hawkinson now with 15 points and 9 rebounds. Here's Nichols, blocked by Hawkinson. Josh coming alive, grabbed by Robert Franks, got it to a Rebu. The Cougars in transition. Here's Flynn. Hawkinson wanting the ball on the post. Jump hook, right hand, falls off. Nichols clears it. The Spartans with 4 offensive players now in double figures. An 11-point lead, 7:20 to play. And Dan, it's obvious they want to take time off this clock now. They want to shorten the game. Wellich again, a deep 3. That's off this time. He hit the last one.
There is no hesitancy in Wellich's release, that's for sure.
And Arabu missing that reverse, but he is fouled by Wellich. And Ike Arabu will shoot free throws when we come back.
If you're a pick and pop guy, let it go. Well, 21 from the field. They've shot it well this season through 5 games at close to 49% from the field. They just, to me, seem a little hesitant to go ahead and let that ball fly, whether it's from the 3-point line or whether it's attack off the bounce and have conviction to go up and shoot the shot.
Arabu 1 of 2, 8 points. And it's a 10-point lead for San Jose State. It's almost like there's a hangover from the Apple Cup on Friday. with the feel around here right now.
The community, obviously, Washington State was disappointed in the outcome of that, but with the basketball team, they just came off a 3,000-mile trip each way to the Virgin Islands to play in the Paradise Jam.
We'll watch it. That ball almost taken away by Terrell Brown over there at midcourt. James missed the shot by San Jose State, so Washington State now with an opportunity to get this game back in single digits with 6.5 to play. And a whistle inside and a foul away from the ball, and this will be on Terrell Brown, the freshman out of Hayward, California.
Just a little bit too much contact off the ball there from Brown, but that's another one of those things that Flynn is beginning to learn, is how to handle pressure both on the ball as well as on your cuts from aggressive defenders. A couple possessions ago did a great job against the pick and roll.
Brown goes out with those 2 fouls, and here's a great finish by Jalen James.
Inexcusable turnover on baseline out of bounds there. Jalen James, great steal. Finish at the other end.
Arebu. Mitchell the rebound, had it, poked it around, still loose, and finally Brandon Mitchell corrals it. Cougars need a stop. Gary Williams Jr. has been quiet, number 2 this half for San Jose State. A lot of the offense has gone through Jalen James this half. Here's Welledge. He drives the lane at Hawkinson, and a tough finish there.
Most of his shots come from the three-point line after he picks and pops, but Washington State wanted to take it away from him on the catch and shoot. That time attacks with a finish that I really, after watching him in pregame, didn't see that in the scouting report, but I'm into Beasley Coliseum expecting to win and playing to win. You know, we know that Washington State's a Pac-12 team, but you know, we think we can come in here, play our game, and we want to have a chance to win down the stretch. They've done that tonight, up 14 with a little over 5 minutes left.
And another whistle and another foul away from the ball. And this will be against the Spartans, and I believe that is the 17th foul this half. So Washington State now into the bonus, and Malachi Flynn at the free throw line, as Charles Callison comes in for Robert Franks and Ernie Kent going back to a small lineup.
He stayed with a small lineup most of this afternoon. We obviously highlighted Clifford in the open because he's been playing so well, but Clifford, only with 15 minutes played here tonight, he was unable to get himself on track. A lot of it, you'd have to give San Jose State a lot of credit. Their focus was to not let him get going, make life difficult for him, make him make decisions, disguise the defense in different ways, and they did that.
Flynn with 15. And we're getting to the point now in this game for Washington State where they can ill afford any more mental lapses at this end. They need stops and they need buckets at the other end, trailing by 12. 5 minutes to play. James working on Flynn into the corner. Here's Williams Jr. for 3. That's short. Hawkinson the rebound. And there's his 45th career double-double. Arebu drives. Hawkinson shot away. Missed it. Poked around. Thornton with the rebound for the Spartans.
It seems as if every 50-50 ball has gone San Jose State's way this afternoon. Hawkinson couldn't quite get it to drop, and then looked like he was going to be able to corral the offensive rebound, and it popped right to San Jose State.
The Cougars' offensive woes continue now. 5 of 23 this half, 21.7% from the floor. Thornton from the corner.
Thornton from the corner, but Malachi Flynn, it's so difficult to help up and out when you're guarding a corner three-point shooter. That time gave it up. Thornton knocked it down.
Malachi Flynn gets the roll now with 17 points.
I'll tell you what, I really like the way that he has competed tonight. I've seen growth now in 6 games by that young man. He definitely has a bright future. Ernie Kent is right in saying that he is going to be a big part of this Cougar program as we move forward.
Now leading Washington State in scoring with 17. Hawkinson with 15, and Charles Callison with 12. 7 on the shot clock. Willage again. Ryan Willage helping San Jose State now start to pull away. Lead at 16 with 3:21 to play. Another turnover. Williams Jr. lost the handle. It goes out of bounds. Possession belongs to Washington State. But it's 16 now. The lead for the Spartans with 3 minutes and 14 seconds to play. And Ryan Willage.
In particular, second half, 25%. But they've done a good job taking care of it. They've gotten good looks. They just haven't knocked them down.
Yeah, 6 of 24 this half, 25%. And conversely, you've got San Jose State 12 of 26 this half. So they're shooting nearly 50%. There's Arebu inside, fighting. And he is fouled by Brandon Clark. And Arebu will go to the free throw line with 8 points, stopping the clock with 2:58 to play.
If you're San Jose State, that's not a foul that you want to have happen. You don't want to stop the clock and put them on the free throw line. If there's one silver lining of positiveness for the Cougars, it's the fact that they have got themselves to the free throw line a number of times. They haven't always converted when they've got there, but this is free throw attempt 23 and 24 for the Cougars tonight.
Arebu has, though, he's 4 of 5 from the line. 9 points make it 10. Making 5 of 6 from the line. And it's a 14-point lead on Arebu with the foul.
This is interesting to see Washington State getting into the foul game this early.